If you aren't living under a rock, you've probably heard of the new knockoff Lunchables brand called Lunchly. It is advertised as a healthier version of Lunchables and how it's better for you, how less sugar, stuff like that. But I would say this is false advertising from sources that aren't very good, cough cough, Logan Paul, and Mr. Beast, because some of the stuff in these Lunchlies are actually worse for kids' health and can lead to cancer. But what would we expect from people who do crypto scams, promoting gambling to kids, and promoting illegal lotteries? People who fake their video and people who show dead bodies in their videos for their very young audience to see. These apply to two people, Logan Paul and Mr. Beast. I don't know if KSI's done anything like that. I hope not. I don't know why he thinks it's a good idea to collab with these people, because it makes him look worse and money hungry and unethical, and it kind of diminishes his credibility. But anyway, here's how it's less healthy. First, Feastables. Mr. Beast advertises Feastables as a healthier alternative to Hershey's chocolate, but that's just not correct. Now, right now, the nutrition label for Feastables, which is on the left, looks like it'd be healthier, but if you look at that top corner, that's for half a bar. The Hershey's one of the full bar, so there's not 12 grams of fat in there, there's 24 grams of fat versus Hershey's 13 grams of fat. Saturated fat, 16 grams versus 8 grams. Sodium, 50 grams versus 35 grams. Carbohydrates are 30 grams versus 26 grams. Sugars are 26 grams versus 25 grams. Added sugars are 22 grams versus 21 grams. And basically that. Feastables is not only not healthier than Hershey's, it's actually worse for you than Hershey's, and they're putting them in these Lunchlies. Now let's go to the Prime versus Capri Sun. Yes, there's more calories in Capri Suns, and there's more sugar and carbohydrates, but if you look down at the ingredients, it's mostly natural ingredients, maybe some citric acid, but fruit juices, stuff like that. The ingredients, you can read all of them, and there's not that many. But look at Prime. You can't even pronounce most of that stuff. And actually, some of those are known to lead to cancer. Now, the thing is, if this was advertised as like an adult Lunchable or like a lower calories for someone trying to diet, that's okay. But don't advertise this shit to kids. I also have a problem with like Prime Energy in general, because again, they advertise it to kids. There's something kids should drink. Not even just Prime Energy, like those Prime Gatorade things, but they're very, very bad for you, especially for kids who are growing and developing. And like, again, if you advertised it as like a pre-workout or like an adult drink, or like, oh, look, you can mix it with alcohol, like something like that, that would be fine. But don't advertise stuff like this to kids, because kids should not be drinking energy drinks like this, pre-workout. Those are made for adults. And I will be the first to admit I like the way Prime tastes, but I don't agree it should be advertised to kids. Like, I like the way cigarettes taste, but I don't think kids should be smoking cigarettes. I like the way coffee tastes, but I don't think kids should be drinking coffee. Everyone has their vices, but don't be advertising it to kids. This is almost as bad as when Jewel was making all those fruity flavors for kids. Here's a lady who's a nutritionist, a dietitian, who talks about how Lunchly is not healthier than Lunchables. She explained it really well, and that's what I'm going to end my video with.
Is Lunchly better for you than Lunchables? Let's discuss. Mr. Beast and the guys behind Prime have just launched their new Lunchables dupe, and I gotta say, the math isn't mathing. On their website, they claim that Lunchly is healthier because it contains more electrolytes and less sugar, which sounds good until you realize two things. Actually only comparing Prime to Capri Sun, which is 100% fruit juice and the only serving of actual fruit or vegetable available in a Lunchable. They want your kid to drink Prime instead, which is essentially Splenda water plus minerals. And electrolytes are just sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, which you also get from food, and more is not necessarily better. So a Lunchly kit doesn't actually have 400 milligrams of electrolytes, it has over 1,000 milligrams of them. But guess what? So do Lunchables. Choose whichever one you want, but this is not